Hello, Jamie. It's so good to be back at this facility. We're sitting in the boardroom of getWorth, their flagship facility here in Cape Town, and it's basically just over a year after launch. Jamie, tell me, a lot of our listeners, I'm sure they can't even remember how this all started in 2017. Can you just give us a bit of a recap there?
Hi, Nicol. Great to have you back in the facility. Yeah, sure. So I think the drug of choice that I've had my whole life is basically cars. And when I got married, my wife was like, well, are you going to be out partying? And I was like, no, but I'm going to be buying and selling cars. So many years ago, I wrote down on my vision board that I either need to stop doing that because it was really not looking sustainable. Alternatively, I had to make a business out of it. And I think, at the end of the day, also the experiences that I had buying and selling cars across pretty much every single brand in this country and in other countries gave me a context that I didn't really believe the customer was receiving the experience that they needed. And I'm talking about everything from just the online experience to the physical experience, as well as to, say, digital and valuation experiences. And I suppose when you couple that with a business brain, the idea was to set up a business that was built from the ground up to give customers kind of what they really want, not what they're used to getting. So that was the pretext for getWorth.
And I want to jump into what makes getWorth unique, because there's a lot of opposition companies out there, but getWorth has got a special niche market going. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, sure. So I think a lot of research, and you'll see online, is we actually have a tech stack that we've built. So it's a technology platform, and that includes everything from our customer experience platforms to our valuation platforms, which includes the most, let's call it, accurate, updated artificial intelligence valuation engine in the country, which we actually license to third parties in certain instances. So that makes us pretty unique in that sense, and that's something that we're always working on, and AI is the buzzword of today. So we're looking at integrating further AI-related things into our service offerings, even how to guide people what cars to buy. But I suppose today, if you had to ask, I think our professionalism, our attention to detail, and kind of we've got this relentless drive to find quality cars. And that's a major challenge in the South African environment. So, when we wrap that in a digital experience and a physical experience, it's supposed to be and it needs to be world class. And we're always looking to develop on that. So I think that's pretty much what makes us unique.
It's been a year, Jamie. Can you tell me about the highlights of the year? What stood out for you? And then after that, we can jump into the challenges.
Yeah, so I think this is interesting. We're talking about growing a business, not just in used cars. It's a business and there's people in it. So I think the highlights are, we've more than doubled our staff count in the last 12 months. So there's a lot of addition of new faces, but that's also quite a challenge because you can dilute your culture. So, you've got a core set of people that have built a business and you add a lot of people. So holding that culture together and developing that has been a major challenge. So one of the highlights is a lot of new people, but one of the challenges has been kind of making sure that we fine-tune the culture. And we've had to do quite a lot of work on that and reassess what kind of people in our hiring practices. I think I'm very proud of the team's ability to adapt and change in a growing business, but also through a very, very hardcore market experience in the last year, and it's not going to get much easier. We all know where we sit. South Africa, in terms of consumer confidence, very low, interest rates increasing, affordability is a problem. So we've got to assess that, and I think using data also helps us, but to assess what market position we should take and where we can best service our customers. So I'm very, very proud of the team's ability to do that, and then of course I think tech really helps us. And the long and short of it is we've had to more than double our size in 12 months. So
that's incredible. But then here at the Wiele2Wiele show, we're all petrol heads, and I know you are as well. Can you tell us what interesting cars arrived here on your floor in the last year or so?
Yeah, Nicol, well, there's tons of them, and it was an interesting question. So, just to note, we typically try and stay away from the very interesting stuff because those people have typically done stuff to their cars and they have such a high expectation on price due to the uniqueness, but I think we all understand that doesn't always translate. We've had everything. We've had supercars, everything from Ferraris, McLarens, and Porsches. We've had some interesting wrap cars. We had a rainbow wrap on a Volkswagen Tiguan at some stage. We had a kind of psychedelic wrap on a Jaguar E-Pace. So we've seen, anything from 1950s Volkswagen Beetles all the way through to, high-end sports cars. So, being online, you pretty much get everything thrown at you. And then you've got to determine what is relevant and of course, go through the quality control of that process.
I want to end off with, I think, a very important question, and that is the future of getWorth. What lies ahead for getWorth in the future?
We are looking at consolidating our position in the Western Cape. So we're now the largest used car retailer in the Western Cape in terms of single location. We run 400 to 500 cars. We will grow about 20 to 30% in the Western Cape over the next sort of 6 to 9 months, maybe 12 months. While we kind of consolidate and look at the challenges of scale. Scale adds its own challenges, so reassess our processes. We're also looking at some opportunities in Africa, and we are enhancing our data capabilities, and we are actually doing pricing for some of the OEMs. So some exciting times in terms of the two business opportunities we have in data and in the used car trading side, and we're also looking at Africa opportunities. So yeah, we're not being standing still.
Jamie, I want to thank you for your time and all the best, and I hope we can catch up again to see that growth realized.
Absolute pleasure, Nicol.
Thank you.